Oleksandr Usyk established himself as one of the greatest fighters in the history of professional boxing when he outpointed Tyson Fury for the second straight time in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia to retain his unified World Heavyweight Championship. In 23 attempts, no man has managed to defeat the masterful Ukrainian, who has achieved undisputed championship glory in the cruiserweight and heavyweight divisions since converting to the paid ranks after winning gold at the London 2012 Olympics. As flawless as Usyk has been for the last 12 years, every aspiring world champion suffers setbacks at various points in their journey to the top. For the cat, one of those came in 2006 at an amateur tournament between the USA and Ukraine that pitted 11 fighters from each country against each other. As fate would have it, the competition saw Usyk cross paths in the ring against two-time welterweight world champion Showtime Shawn Porter. In their bout, the American would become one of a select group of men on the planet to have ever gotten the better of Usyk inside the squared circle. Both men were about 20 years old at the time and still in the early stages of their amateur careers. But Porter explained on his podcast, The Porter Way, how he was able to outpoint Usyk despite being considerably smaller than the Ukrainian. No footage seemingly exists of the fight, but Porter paints a detailed picture of the action. I'm roughly 5 feet 7 inches now. I was pretty much that then. Usyk was not as tall as he is now but around 6 feet. He was slim at 165 pounds, but he could box. Back in the day, we were on a point system where 3 out of 5 judges had hit a button at the same time in order to get points. In the amateurs, a lot of punches landed, not many points were scored. That is just how it went. It was a close fight the whole way. It was like a 2 to 3 point spread the whole way. While Porter remembers it being a close contest, he finally got the better of Usyk after his coach pointed out a punch that the Ukrainian looked like he'd be vulnerable to. I don't remember who was winning each round, but I do remember this: going into the last round, my dad was coaching me. And we had this other guy, Dan Campbell. He was the 2008 Olympic coach. He's down on the floor putting the stool in, putting the bucket in, putting the water in. He was, not saying too much but going into that 4th round before I walked out and the bell rang. He said, "Hey, Sean, if you line him up, he's there for the right hand, if you throw a straight right, you'll land it and get him." Porter would go on to win middleweight gold at the National Golden Gloves in 2007. But would turn professional the following year after narrowly missing out on a place on the U.S. team for the 2008 Beijing Olympics. The American would go on to become a 2-time welterweight world champion, before retiring in 2021 after he got stopped in the 10th round of his bout with Terence Crawford. Usyk had considerably more success as an amateur, winning light heavyweight gold at the 2008 European Championships, before moving up to heavyweight to capture gold medals at the 2011 World Championships and the 2012 Olympics. He then turned professional, and the rest is destined to become part of boxing folklore.